Hey there friends, Brittany here, board certified holistic health practitioner, and I view everything through a functional medicine perspective. So I was finally able to do a quick run through at Natural Grocers. I was with my family, so I did this quick, so I may have missed some things. If I did, I will probably just post it on Instagram. If you haven't seen my Sprouts or Costco walkthroughs, go back and see those for sure. There's different things on there. The Costco one is on Instagram, so sorry if you don't have Instagram, but that's where I posted the Costco one. So here we go at Natural Grocers. So this is where I prefer to get all of my produce just because it's 100% organic. At the other stores they have conventional and organic, and who's to say that it doesn't get mixed up from time to time. And it's just always, you could just see the difference, and it's just, you can even taste the difference. So that's why I just prefer Natural Grocers, but you just go where you have to go. So I wanted to touch real fast on cruciferous veggies like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and kale. So these veggies contain an antioxidant substance called sulforaphane, which has numerous health benefits, including protecting the cells from damage, okay? But sulforaphane is the highest in broccoli sprouts. So right here, it says broccoli shoots, but it's the same thing, broccoli sprouts. So you're gonna wanna get these broccoli sprouts in because sulforaphane is an isothiocyanate and a potent anti-cancer compound. And studies have proven its effectiveness for many different types of cancers. It has a beneficial effect on HDL, which is your good cholesterol. It protects against oxidative damage to the eyes. It protects the muscles against exhaustion, induced damage. It shows important action in preventing osteoporosis, and it has a protective effect against neuron cell death. So I just wanted to share all of that on the amazing little broccoli sprouts and getting in that sulforaphane. If you can get that in once in a while, or if you can do it on a daily basis, it would just be super beneficial for your health. But overall, this section is the section that you want to just load it up on. This is what you want your fridge filled with, and just switch it up, change it up every single time. Don't get the same things over and over. Try something new every time you go. And if you haven't watched my salad video, I talk about just diversity and switching it up every time and just not making the same thing every time. So this is the section, guys. This is it where you just want to load it up on. So just showing you over here, they just have a big selection of fruits and veggies, and they just have really good stuff. The organic potatoes there, I get those for my family. So just showing you the last of the fruit they have. So here are Japanese sweet potatoes. And these are my absolute favorite sweet potatoes ever. If you haven't tried them, please try them. Again, this is another thing you can switch up. You can switch from the regular sweet potato to the Japanese, and just change it up so you're not getting tired of the same old thing. Also, just sharing real quick, my favorite pepper just to put in sandwiches and in my salad, super yummy. So here's the dressing. I've shown this before in the Sprouts, but this is the dressing that I recommend over others unless you make your own. So here we have a great alternative to Cheetos or hot Cheetos or Takis or all those other conventional toxic packaged snacks, but they have the cheese one, they just have the pink Himalayan salt, they have the fiery hot to replace, like, if you like those hot Cheetos, but these ones are much more beneficial and pretty clean ingredients. So these chips, they're made out of chicken. I mean, I would prefer you eat these over the standard bag of chips, but it's not organic chicken, so that's just a little questionable. And then of course with the oils, and there's other questionable things, so it's not one of my favorites. It's not one that I usually recommend, but again, it's a better alternative than your standard chip. Other snacks that I like to get for my kids, this brand is just really clean, and we like their veggie sticks, and they also have these poppers, and they have 2 flavors with these poppers. So my kids like these, super clean ingredients. Have your kiddos try them if you're looking for new snacks for them. My kids also like these puffs. They're pretty good. I don't do any grain though, so I don't eat these. These are sorghum, which is a grain, but my kids love those. So this is a great alternative, this Rockin' Ranch flavor. That one is great too, and then they have these other flavors too. But if you like the Doritos ranch flavor, like my son was like, oh, like this is perfect. And so it's a healthy alternative to if you still like those ranch Doritos. I already went over these in the previous video, just those grain-free chips. This brand of the grain-free crackers, these Flackers. So these two are my top two favorite cracker replacements. As far as corn chips, I still do make my kids Frito pies. I just get them these organic blue corn chips instead of the Frito brand. I do get my family organic potato chips. So that's the brand that I get. So these cassava chips are a great alternative to potato chips. These are really good as well. Pretty clean. These beef sticks are great for just on the go or for your lunch or just road trips. Really great options. Here they have the Hue chocolate bars too. I believe I talked about that at Sprouts too, but this brand is also pretty clean if you want chocolate. So this is a great alternative to your Reese's peanut butter cup. I don't recommend anybody eat peanuts ever. But this is a great brand. You can do the cashew butter or the almond butter. And here we have an awesome replacement for graham crackers. I really like this brand. They're pretty clean, but check out these ingredients. Very simple, just watermelon, cashew, and sunflower and flaxseed with all these other clean ingredients, and they are super yummy. So if you love graham crackers, it's a great alternative. Here's the clean cookie options. I showed these at Sprouts as well. Great. Always want to avoid peanut butter though, no peanuts. These are great little bites. They're pretty pricey though, but they are really good. Again, avoid the peanut butter, but these two are great options. Pretty clean ingredients. So a nice little snack if that's what you're craving. As far as the sugars, I covered that too in Sprouts, but again, coconut sugar is a great one. Always check your stevias, making sure that it's not a blend and it's just pure stevia. Inulin is okay. You can go back in the Sprouts for more, but again, there's the honey and there's the organic maple syrup, and I went over the flowers in the other one too, but Natural Grocers has a good selection too. If you just need something quick and you want pancakes in the morning for your kids, this is a cleaner option. It's made with cassava flour, so that's great. It has cane sugar, but I don't withhold cane sugar 100% from my kids. Once in a while is fine. So yeah, again, this brand, super clean. Almond flour, banana muffins if you want. If you still like tea, these two are great options for tea once in a while. And again, the Zevias, I touched on those. As far as water, they do have distilled water, and that's what you're going to want to drink. So I am working on making a totally separate video just talking about water and the importance of clean water and why you absolutely want distilled water. So keep a lookout for that video if you have all these questions like, what? I heard it was bad for you and it strips you of your minerals and it's dead water and all these things. Well, I'll be sharing lots of information and debunking all those myths. So baby food is overrated and unnecessary. It's just another marketing thing going on here. If you think about it, there was no baby food back in the day, so I highly recommend you guys do baby-led weaning. Just look it up, do your research, and that's really best for the baby anyways, and you save money. But this is the one pouch that I will get for my son if we're in a hurry. It's a really good, clean brand. So like if we just were on the road or for snacks, then I'll just grab him one of these. So just showing real quick their frozen fruit. It's great. So this is the only, I'm not sure if I went over this in Sprouts, but this is the only waffle brand that I like and recommend. It's made with tiger nut flour. Here we have just the bone broths. I went over the brands in Sprouts, but Natural Grocers has it too, so the Pacific brand. As far as pasta, I will get this for my family. I'll make them lasagna and I'll make them spaghetti. Not too often because brown rice is high in arsenic, so you just don't want that to be a staple food. So just another quick minute going back to babies. Natural Grocers does have this goat milk powder. It's not a formula, but it's just goat milk powder. The very best option if you can't breastfeed is homemade goat milk formula, and I made a video on that and it was taken down. It's very unfortunate that life-saving information is taken down so quickly. Yeah, I won't get into all of that. It's just very, very sad. But I did upload it on another platform where they don't take down life-saving information. So if you are interested in learning how to make it or more information on it, you can just leave me a comment or message me if you know me, and I can send you that video if you want to share it with others. But yeah, I made a video on homemade goat milk formula. Super easy to make. So you can use this goat milk as an option to make your homemade goat milk formula if you can't get the one that I have in the video. So just an option. And so Natural Grocers has a great bulk of herbs and spices, and it's very affordable, like way more affordable than Sprouts. And so I like to get these. I like to get the big bulks, and then here you can just buy the glass little container, so you can just keep filling that up. But this is where you really want to stock up on, even loose leaf teas, and so good stuff. So as far as juices, this is a great option. Of course, I prefer you to make your own juices at home. It doesn't get better than that and more nutrient dense than that, but this is a good option if you aren't able to do that, or if you're on the road or traveling. This is a good one. It's pretty clean. As far as nuts, macadamia nuts are one of my tops. Pecans are one of my tops, and walnuts are. So those are my top 3 nuts that I recommend that are just most nutrient dense and good for you. On Instagram, I touched a little on figs. Super beneficial, great benefits. They're my go-to snacks lately. And Natural Grocers has a nice little section of these snacks here. They're pretty clean ingredients, except for may contain rice flour, so it may or may not. But again, if you're in a hurry and you need something, they have these as an option if you can't think of any other snacks. As far as beans, my top 3 are going to be navy beans. I talked about this in Sprouts too. You can also do the organic pinto once in a while, but adzuki beans, so the navy, the adzuki, and black beans. As far as a clean, grain-free pasta line, this is a pretty good brand. Give it a try. It's pretty good. As far as bread goes, this Base Culture brand, they're pretty clean. So this is a grain-free bread. So they have a sourdough one, they have a regular one, but this is probably the best tasting bread. You just want to toast it before you use it. But if you are sensitive to almonds, then this is a no-go for you. And I am one of those. So I did try them though. I was trying to reintroduce almond again, but I'm still not good with almonds. But my kids like this bread as well. It's pretty good. So yeah, again, just toast it before you use it. And if you don't like one, just try the other one. But bread is kind of tough to find if you're used to just the gluten inflammatory bread. But here's another brand. I'm pretty confident you won't like this one as much as the Base Culture, but you can give it a go. But here's another really clean bread option. My absolute favorite is the Against the Grain brand. So they have rolls, and you have to be careful on which one to get. So the original has dairy and I think it was just dairy was the main one. So you want to make sure that you get the Vermont Country rolls, and they also have bagels, but they're out right now. But the cinnamon raisin bagels are great and compliant, but the original bagels are not. So not all of the Against the Grain breads and rolls are good, but you just have to remember those two. So Vermont country of the rolls and cinnamon raisin of the bagels. And yes, I believe it's canola oil that it has in there. But once you're pretty far into your healing journey and you've done a lot of work, like eating these once in a while are fine. So some people might say, well, what about that? Well, to me, once in a while, it's okay, especially if you've already just reversed a lot. So I actually eat these almost every day for breakfast with my pasture-raised eggs. So I eat them pretty often, and I'm doing just fine. So even though it has the canola oil, but I do recommend you avoid it at all costs everywhere else. I just make the exception for these breads because I'm like, can't be 100% perfect, but still much better than all the breads. So as far as tortillas, I did go over this too in Sprouts, but here's all your different tortilla options. There's so many different options, and no need to stick with the inflammatory flour tortillas. Just showing you all the meats that they have. They have a good selection. I like to get the organic chicken wings, just throw them in my Instant Pot, and then I just throw them in the oven on broil just for like 3 minutes, and just use the buffalo sauce or barbecue sauce. But they have other options for bratwurst. My family likes this chorizo brand. It's pretty good, so we'll use that. For my kids, I will get this. I was using these for their lunches when they were in school. As far as cheese goes, for my clients, once all the work is done, much improvement, reintroducing organic raw goat cheese or organic raw sheep cheese, those are going to be the best options. And then if not, you can then try organic raw cow cheese and see how you do. So my favorite snacks are out. I like to get the uncured turkey pepperoni, so they're completely out right there, but that's what I like to grab. Those are my go-tos. These lunch meats are really clean, so it's just organic meats without all the added junk. Just better options for pepperoni. This is one of the best tasting organic uncured turkey bacons that I've ever tried. This is a great brand for bratwurst. Another great option for sausage. So there's great clean alternatives to the normal foods that you eat. You just got to swap them out. The same for hot dogs. I went over that a little bit in Sprouts as well. They have a good selection for the grass-fed beef. They also have buffalo, and they have just your steak. So a lot of grass-fed options there as well. As far as other drinks, I did talk about Harmless Harvest in the Sprouts video if you want to learn more about that. I have been loving GT's Alive mushroom elixirs. So amazing benefits, like seriously, it just gives you those medicinal mushrooms. So it has reishi and chaga and turkey tail, and it's just good for so many things that I can't get into in this quick video. So as far as sour cream, if you're dairy free, this one is a good option. As far as grass-fed butter, I like this brand. Kerrygold would be my second choice. It's not my favorite, it's not the best, but that is an option as well. I talked about yogurt in the other video, in the Sprouts video as well. So those options, they have a much bigger variety of sauerkraut at Natural Grocers than they do at Sprouts. So definitely switch it up and check those out. I like these once in a while. They're pretty rich and sweet, and I don't really crave sweets anymore. Sometimes I just like, it's weird, like I shouldn't say I force myself, but literally like sometimes I will, even though when I just don't want it, just because I'm hungry and I'm not sure what else to get and I'm in a hurry, and I just know all of these ingredients are super clean, super beneficial, and very nutrient dense. So this is a great little snack. I get the goat milk for my kids, or I will get the A2 milk. So this one has the low temp pasteurization, so that's what you want for sure. So here's a little tip for you guys to save money when you're an N-Power reward person at Natural Grocers. You only pay $1.99 for these free-range soy-free eggs. So If you've heard me before in my other video, pasture raised is the absolute best. Okay, so it doesn't get better than that. However, you can tell the quality of an egg by the color of the yolk as well. And this brand, even though it's only free range, but it's soy free, their egg yolk is very dark orange. So you can tell it's just a very high quality of an egg. So if the pasture raised eggs are too expensive for you, this is a great option. So I have a big family with 6 kids. So I can't always get the pasture raised. So I normally just get these ones because I know that they're high quality, and for the sake of our budget, these are just a great option. So that was a really quick run through Natural Grocers. I hope that was helpful and to give you guys ideas on what to get. And just like I mentioned on the sprouts video, I might have shown things that aren't compliant for you just right now for the moment where you're at in your health journey. So just be mindful of that. But otherwise, hopefully there's lots of new things and ideas for you guys to try. Love you guys. Talk to you later.